Pretty magical place, huh? This looks like a church.
Yeah.
Church building.
And it's open.
It's an old church. San Giovanni. That's the name of the church. No, it's still a walk. Okay, this is San Paolo. This is a nice little piazza here.
Like they have a kind of vomit here, right?
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
really, really bad.
Yeah.
What flavor is that, Robert? Like a coffee? That's good. This is Saint Apollinare Church, Chiesa di San Apollinare.
No, voglio dire basta, stiamo arrivando.
Apollinare. That's the Rialto Bridge in Venice here. Here we are in Venice. We have the famous Rialto Bridge. Angie, come here for a second. You get some shots?
Don't move, Thijs.
Kom op! Kom op!
Now that's very famous too. That's the Torre dell'Orologio, the tower of the clock. There's a bell up there. And the clock, l'orologio. Now, do you know what the symbol of Florence or Venice is? See if you can find the symbol of Venice. It's actually the winged lion. See? I don't think it's a griffin, it's a winged lion. It's a symbol of Florence.
And then it's a zodiac thing. That's cool. I'll take a picture of that.
Yeah, that's called the Tower of the Clock, Torre dell'Orologio. There's a big bell tower. Yep.
Hopefully there's a line if you already have tickets.
That's what I thought, yeah. I remember reading about that you'd have to wait in the major line. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Back to the house. Hopefully it'll catch on.
So that's where one of the tours is. The Doge Palace. I'm back here for a tour.
Essa é a ponte.
So that's the Bridge of Sighs. So that's the Bridge of Sighs again. You know, you would be convicted here in the Ducal Palace. It escorts you into the jails, which is the building right here to the right. Sometimes you never come out.
Is there a bridge of yays?
Hey, Dad, watch this.
No, don't. I wouldn't appreciate that.
Who cares?
There's all sorts of activity here, huh? So this is inside the Doge Palace. Courtyard, beautiful courtyard. You can see some of the cupolas from St. Mark in the background. In the church we were just in, where we weren't really able to film any. I'm sorry, Robert. Did I get in your way?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Nice to have like a couple of days to really see this town instead of whizzing through it. Spent tomorrow night, following night in Florence, and then Thursday we head back down to Grosseto.
You're looking straight ahead of us. See that bridge there? We're coming under? We're going under the Alto Bridge. It's a very famous bridge in Livorno and Venice.
This is the cathedral in Padua, San Antonio di Padua. It's beautiful, grandiose church, kind of done in Byzantine, kind of Venetian style. Downtown Padua.
Catch.
Nice look. How'd it look? Pretty good? All right, why don't you sit down?
It's so great. The level, such a hard level.
I'll buy you a new one. I'll just have it. Oh, it's funny in the beginning. Oh, it's that.
I like the part where at the end he's like, could you imagine yourself doing anything else? He's like, his shoes. And he's like, he's about to add, he's like right in the middle of a sentence. And he's like, ask me. He's like, ask me. And he's like, alright. Oh yes, can I help you? Sergeant.
What'd you see in that chapel?
I don't think we have that.
A church? Beautiful magnolias all over the place. Here we are in Bologna. This is the center of town. See some of the medieval, construction. And Bologna is in Emilia-Romagna, the capital of Emilia-Romagna. One of the famous regions of Italy. There's a statue there in the square. And there's a church in the background that we're going to visit. So that's Neptune, huh?
Good. I think they have like brochures or something over there.
Have what?
Like brochures or something. I'll go get one.
Okay, I'd like to meet there.
Alright. I'm gonna go.
Here we are in Florence. This is kind of the view outside our window, our bedroom window here.
That's a good window.
Yeah, we do. And up there is Piazza Michelangelo. You can see San Miniato al Monte, that side church there. And that's the Arno River that flows through Florence, the famous Arno. Kind of saw it in Pisa too. There's Kelly waiting for her turn to use the bathroom. This is where the kids are going to sleep. Robert's hanging out doing some reading. The television set, 2 fold-out beds for Robert and Kelly. And this is our room for the next couple of nights. Pretty nice. Saw the view out the window. There's the kitchen. Nice little kitchen here. Oh, you got our bathroom. As you can see, Angie's making use of the washer.
Let me tell you, the luxuries in America of a clothes dryer worth every penny.
Yeah, we don't have that luxury here, but we do have a washing machine though.
We have a washing machine.
But no dryer.
We have an indoor dryer. This is, you're looking at it right here. No sunshine.
Yeah.
So I hope once we open the windows, there's enough breeze.
This looks down. There's kind of a little reception down here. Neat view. Some oleanders down in the courtyard. Clean the windows occasionally. That's Rome. That's Siena. There's a door down. Looks like they got another apartment here. I'll head back. So here we are in Florence. Piazza della Signoria. Palazzo Vecchio. La Loggia dei Lanci. Famous statue, Michelangelo's famous statue of David, and the statue of Hercules. What do you think, Angie?
The statue of Kelly, the statue of Robert. This is Kelly Robert. This is Kelly did.
Everybody say we're in Firenze. Say Firenze. 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 There's Cosimo de' Medici, and this is just the square. I was saying earlier that I think in like the 1400s, somewhere in the 1400s, the monk Savonarola, who led a crusade against the royal ruling class here in Florence, was burned at the stake here in the square. You can see it, right behind us too is a beautiful example of Renaissance architecture. That's how they used to build them back in the Renaissance. Very kind of simple lines and designs. That looks like Orsan Michele back there. Hundreds till about the 1700s, I think. This is the Duomo of Firenze, famous Duomo, the famous dome of Brunelleschi. You can see the facade. And this here directly in front of us is the Tower of Giotto, the Campanile. Across the street, we'll see the facade in a second. Across the street is the baptistry, and baptistry is really the oldest building. See the doors of the baptistry.
It doesn't matter. We can cross the street here. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, that's fine.
It's the side of the Duomo. That's incredible.
There's people are
facade went on fairly recently on this church. I think in like the 1800s. It was facadeless for a long time. Yeah. Here we are in Florence. These are the world famous Uffizi museums. This could be the offices of the Medici. You see that there's notable artists, writers. There's Dante. Florence. Again.
Okay, so you said like compare the tops of the churches and stuff, right?
Right. You see how here they're square, right? Or at the very top, they're kind of like they were in Bologna, you know, chopped. See, at the very top, they're like chopped. You have to compare them against the ones in Siena. So up on the dome, there's that lantern. It actually is an observation deck. You can see some of the folks up there. It's already pretty crowded. But you can get a feel for the sheer size of that dome just by looking at how small the folk. You just look up there. At its time, it was like the largest dome in Christendom. I think the dome in Rome at the Vatican. Palazzo Pitti. This was the home of the Medici palace, the Magdalene Palace. Now houses an art museum. Kind of a plain old facade, huh? Not much fanciness to it. Beautiful, you know, again, Renaissance style arcade. I think Brunelleschi also designed this. And Della Roba designed, you know, each one of those ceramic discs in each of those. So you see those blue and white porcelain discs in each of those arches there. Those were designed by Andrea della Robbia, very famous. And that's one of the Medici's very famous, Cosimo, Grand Duke of Tuscany. can see even on this side here, this whole square surrounded by these beautiful arches. This is San Marco in Florence. I think it's a Dominican parish, Dominican priest, the famous Dominican monk Savonarola, who ruled Florence for a while and was burned at the stake in the Piazza Signoria, came from this church. It's either Dominican or Franciscan. I think they're Dominicans. Kind of a plain, kind of Baroque facade, but very nice. Here's a view of Florence from up on top near Piazzale Michelangelo. It's a little photo opportunity here. You can see the Duomo. Palazzo Vecchio is probably on the other side. The hills in the background. There's Robert trying to get a photo opportunity. This is
Non ci sono grassi, si chiama
milk
latte alla
and eggs.
portoghese.
This is kind of like a custard, Portuguese style. Kind of like a flan, right?
Flan cake. Mangiamo flan.
E siccome fra 2 giorni è il compleanno del nonno, noi ti festeggiamo con un po' di anticipo. I regali te li abbiamo già dati, per cui solo happy birthday.
Cantate in italiano.
Ok? Allora,
Tanti auguri a te.
Tanti auguri a te. Tanti auguri al nonno. Tanti auguri a te.
allora.
L'avevo presa troppo bassa.
Sì.
Tu no. Benedica.
È solo latte, uova e zucchero.
Ah, bello. Grazie Davide.
C'è qualcuno al cioccolino?
Io.
Ah, sì.
Questo è il nonno, che è il suo compleanno. Attento.
Tieni nonno. Ingozza. Did you want this cake first?
Sure, I want.
Oh, lui mi tratta. Did you
Non è che tratta male te, lui tratta male tu.
Margherita ci mette.
Vero.
Margherita ci sa.
Ormai siamo abituati. No?
siamo abituati.
È il suo modo di mostrare l'affetto.
Che bel mo.
again, and see beautiful dawn. And this is the island that used to be the other one of the island. I think that's Capri. Probably the island of Capri right there. Sorrento. Sun rising above this Mount Vesuvius, the famous volcano that rules town. Did it both Herculaneum and Pompeii back in 67 AD. Inside of there is the grave name.
Quasi 30 anni in Italia, poi sono andato in America.
Dove vive ora?
A Melbourne, Florida.
In Florida, io sono stato nel 2002. Sono tutte e due, salute.
Grazie. Ah, sì.
Tutte e due nel Monte Suma, perché se invece volete stare in una parte in una vetrina, allora la piazza è più ideale. Però io non penso che vi interessi tanto farvi vedere dove mangiate, vi interessa più ciò che mangiate.
Sì.
Ma un'altra cosa, io... No, grazie, grazie.
Yeah, it's a sycamore, huh? Beautiful color, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. This volcano is still considered active.
Okay, here we are in Pompeii, city of Pompeii. Amazing, huh? Wow, look at this. Would have been a little theater, huh? The amphitheater. So these were probably shops along kind of this main road here. And you can see the the summit, you know, how close we were to the summit there. You know, Pompeii was a very large kind of trading port town. So there were probably, you know, all different sorts of goods that were coming off of ships were being traded. And that looks like it was an old oven there. You see that little opening there? And some of these were probably, you know, street side, you know, shops and restaurants. You could stop and, you know, order some food. They look like they're a little too small for habitation, but some of them in the back may have been large enough to be homes. Maybe they had like the front part might have been the actual shop, and in back they had a home. You could see the Romans already had mastered the use of the ark, and kind of barrel vaulting there to make rooms and stuff and chambers. Those lions. Bologna, Pompeii. Beautiful courtyard. The Roman villa. There's something written on that wall, probably in Latin. And the script. Oh, you can see the second story of this place, huh? Looked like they were about the right size. Don't you think?
I guess.
Yeah, there it is. Kind of looming above everything back here in Pompeii. So the taxi driver was telling us that before the eruption, that mountain was almost 9,000 feet high, and it lost 2/3 of its height or altitude after the eruption. That's Mount Vesuvius, and what buried Pompeii almost 2,000 years ago. Robert, be careful up there. Petrified, huh?
Was he on the phone?
I'm not even trying to shout really.
Racconti da là. dopo quando torniamo a Napoli vi faccio vedere una cosa bellissima.
Ok. Qui si vede meglio, va.
Ora ci fermiamo un po' qui per una foto, però non allontanatevi. Se vedete motorini con persone sopra state vicino a me.
In questo posto è da soglia.
That's pretty spectacular, huh? This is our taxi driver, Fernando. Come fa di cognome?
Contiello.
Contiello. Contiello. Very good.
Ciao, thank you. Bello, eh?
Sono
This is a famous beach where Sophia Loren filmed the film. A little palm there, out in the middle of the bay, sitting on a rock.
Right.
Vado bello.
Mare. E qui è stato girato Pan, Amore e Fantasia.
Ah già, il Living del Pesce, mi sa.
Bravissimo. Guardate qua.
Allora. Ha fatto il film, mi sembra anche con Grosseto, no?
Sì. Proprio qua.
Militare,
Bravissimo.
che ritorna. L'ho visto.
That's all Sorrento below. Don't want to miss that turn. This is the Notturno factory in Sorrento. You can see some of the beautiful stuff here that they build, all woodworking stuff. It's all wood-based carving pictures.
Dad, are you sure that that price is for the board?
Hmm?
Are you sure that that price is for like the board and the pieces?
Um,
That price per board, like I said, is that just for the board?
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask. Yeah, it looks like there are two separate prices there, aren't there?
I have a feeling it's just for the board.
Non viene la massa della gente, viene gente più d'élite, differente da quelli che vanno in vacanza in altri posti.
È un posto tranquillo,
tranquillo, questo è un posto d'élite. Anche per questo qui la vita costa 3 volte quanto costa in altri posti.
Sono...
Amazing.
Do people skydive here?
Sky? No, non ho capito.
E saltano da di qua con
No.
paracaduti?
No. Qui non si possono fare sport,
In questo sport qui.
questo tipo di sport.
That's Positano right there.
Malgrado, ma poi dopo non è possibile perché c'è subito la roccia, si va a destra. Che posti ragazzi.
Qui la gente viene a fare surf. O vengono a esplorare i fondali. Explorer the sea.
Diver.
Sea dive, yeah. Deep sea diving.
Ricordatevi che Quenze siamo passati per non passare sotto la galleria.
Sì,
Qui state dall'altra parte della montagna di Vico Quenze.
Ho capito.
Proprio sul mare così.
E qui c'è stato un incendio pochi giorni fa.
Si vede.
They had a fire up here.
Guardate la differenza del colore del mare, qui è verde.
Si vede lì.
Qua è blu, smeraldo, verde.
Amalfi Coast. Wow. Spectacular, huh? You can see the cruise kind of taking off there. È meraviglioso, molto bello,
Bello,
Bellissimo.
È differente da Sorrento, è differente
Sì,
da tutto.
sì. C'è una certa qualità speciale, un po'
È un po'
villeggiatura, un po'...
Sì, è un po' più per gente di elite.
belle montagne, bel mare.